Still, I have to complete the Nightmare films, and I have a long overdue Black Panther review that I need to do as well. But I just really want to talk about this because I actually got to see it in a theater and it just needs to be talked about. Glass Onion was released in 2022. It's going to be on Netflix in December. It was directed by Rian Johnson and it stars Daniel Craig, Edward Norton, Dave Bautista, and Janelle Monáe, and a whole slew of other actors. It's a very big cast, just like the first Knives Out. I reviewed the first Knives Out back in 2019 when I first saw it. My opinion hasn't exactly changed on it. It's still one of my favorite movies of all time. Probably my favorite murder mystery of all time. Benoit Blanc is still my favorite fictional detective of all time. So, as you could tell, I was very excited for this movie. So, I did not want to wait until December 23rd. And also, if you hear anything in the background, it's my kid. He's being wild right now. But yeah, I did not want to wait until December 23rd to watch this movie. So I found a theater. It was an hour away. I purchased tickets. I drove an hour just to see it. So let's talk about Glass Onion. And starting off with the good, there's a lot that I really love about this movie. Once again, just like in the first movie, Daniel Craig absolutely kills it as Benoit Blanc. He's absolutely terrific. Again, my favorite fictional detective, even better than Poirot or Sherlock Holmes or any of the other famous fictional detectives. Benoit Blanc deserves to be talked about in the same league as characters like that, and for me, better than characters like that. He's my favorite. I just really love the way he plays the character. He's a lot more flamboyant in this movie than he was in the first one. In the first one, he's just a quirky southern gentleman. In this one, he's a gay icon. Plain and simple. I really love the way Daniel Craig plays the character, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him again in the future. Apparently, Knives Out 3 is already in development, so very excited for that. Then you have the other characters. First of all, you have Edward Norton as the character of Miles Braun, who is pretty much the second or third main character behind Daniel Craig and Janelle Monáe, who I'm going to talk about here in a minute. But he does a really good job. He's such a douchebag. Not as much of a iconic douchebag as Chris Evans as Ransom was in the first Knives Out, but he's still really, really good in the role. His character is really a parody of Elon Musk, and a lot of Elon fanboys are going to be pissed watching this movie, but I feed off of it. I feed off of the hatred that Elon Musk gets because I do not like that man. But either way, Edward Norton was absolutely terrific in the role as a fictionalized douchebag version of Elon Musk. And then you have Janelle Monáe, who is the second main character behind Daniel Craig, and she is absolutely terrific. She was pretty much the only good part of that Antebellum movie from 2020, and she is just as good here, if not better. I think I haven't seen Janelle Monáe in a whole bunch, but from everything I've seen her in, this is easily her best performance. I'm not going to give away any of the twists with any of the characters in this movie, but the way that they play out her character and everything that's revealed throughout the movie with her character, very well handled, very well executed. Really loved her performance. I really loved her chemistry with Daniel Craig. I thought that they played off each other perfectly, much like him and Ana de Armas in the first Knives Out. She pretty much kind of plays the sidekick to him in this movie, like Ana de Armas played the kind of sidekick to him in the first one. I thought she did great. And then you have Dave Bautista, who is, I'm just going to say it, an Andrew Tate parody. And he's absolutely terrific in the role. I love Dave Bautista. I'm one of the few people who actually looks forward to the movies that he does. I just think he's a funny guy, and he kills it in every role he does. Even in the movies that aren't particularly good, like My Spy, he was good in. And I just thought that he was having a lot of fun in this role. Um, Again, not as iconic of a douchebag as Ransom Drysdale from the first one, but still really, really good. And I just really liked him. And you have a whole slew of other cast. You got Kate Hudson in this role as a ditzy model, a very big dumbass. She's a parody of just about just how celebrities are viewed in the media. Then you have Catherine Hahn as a corrupt politician who's I'm not going to go there, but she's really good. Leslie Odom Jr., always great to see him, whether it's Hamilton, Murder on the Orient Express, or this movie now. He's really, really great. And you get just a whole bunch of other actors and actresses, and a lot of really fun cameos, which I will not give away, but you have a lot of great cameos in this movie. Some even made me laugh. A couple were a little sad just because of who it was, but yeah, the entire cast, absolutely amazing. And we are 6.5 minutes in here, and I haven't even gotten to the story, but okay. The story, absolutely amazing. Probably not better than the first one, but as good as the first one. I'll say that. I really love the story, the way all the twists were handled, the reveals of who the killer is and what their motivation is. That's one thing I will say, not as genius as the first one, but still very well executed and still pretty damn genius in how it is executed. Also, you have the score, still very good from the first one. You got the soundtrack, absolutely amazing. You get a couple Beatles songs in there, and also a really fun thing in the credits, which if you go off of one of the previous cameos near the beginning of the movie, you're in on the joke because of that cameo. Really, really great work there. I love the camera work, obviously, the set design. Rian Johnson is just a very talented director. I have loved every single one of his movies, and yes, that includes The Last Jedi. Watch my review for it. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous movie. Rian Johnson has a very keen eye for detail and cinematography. I just really love this movie. That's about all for the good. On to the bad. And there's not really much here. I guess the 2.5-hour runtime could drag a little bit, but it didn't really drag for me. Of course, in the last 15-20 minutes, as always, I had to go to the bathroom, but I toughed it out. That's about all for the bad, though. So on to the final thoughts. I love this movie. Like I said many times, not better than the first, but just as good in my opinion. I loved Glass Onion. It's a really great and well thought out murder mystery from the mind of Rian Johnson. I really hope this gets a Blu-ray release, and I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. So those are my thoughts on Glass Onion. Have you seen this movie? What do you think about it? If you have not seen it, please avoid spoilers at all costs, because it's just an absolutely terrific movie. I can't wait for everybody to see it on December 23rd when it hits Netflix. But either way, let me know down in the comments what you thought about this movie if you have seen it yet. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.